opening day. Our moment has arrived. A balance of nervous anticipation paired with boundless pomp and optimism. Last winter's work, and now a rushing spring of hope. In crisp uniforms, the boys of summer toe the white lines. Bathed in the glow of the warm sun, set against the backdrop of a pristine cathedral of the game. With wide eyes, they embrace the magnitude of this moment. Senses heighten as they take the field. The sights, sounds, and smells are ones they know well. Yet with the dawn of each new season, they seem uniquely vibrant and exotic. Ahead lies an arduous journey, a grind through 162 opportunities to lay it all on the line for that chance at October glory. All for Texas.
Ranger fans, you're not dreaming. The wait is over. The Rangers are the World Series champions.
A championship expectation is in their eyes. The validation of scaling the mountain previously realized. Now, the desire burns to do it again. The path is set. It starts here. Opening day.
Well, we are ready to go. And this season is about to begin. Fans have been heading in and filling this place all day. Rangers baseball presented by Choctaw Casinos and Resorts. Here's the matchup for the first game of the season. The Texas Rangers playing host to the Boston Red Sox. And we swoop inside now and welcome you into the booth. Hello, everybody. Great to have you along with us this afternoon. I'm Dave Raymond. He's Mike Bassick. Laura Stickles, the newest member of our team, will be joining us here in a moment on Rangers Sports Network presented by Progressive. That's right, it is a new day for this franchise now, playing in the newest ballpark in baseball. Mike, this is really pretty exciting times.
Yeah, I just got fired up watching that intro. I hope you're fired up at home, sitting on the couch, watching with your family, your favorite baseball team. And 2025 is a new year for these Texas Rangers, and they looked really good in spring training. I think we're going to see some really great baseball, and who better to have on the mound tonight than Nathan Eovaldi with his best team right behind him, Seager, Semien, Langford. Let's get this thing going.
Yeah, I was going to say, when it comes to being fired up, nobody gets there easier than Nathan Eovaldi, and he has the ball on this, the first game of the season. For a little more on how we got to this point with Nathan Eovaldi, let's welcome in our newest member, Laura Stickles.
Well, guys, this is Nathan Eovaldi's 5th career opening day start, his 2nd consecutive as a member of the Texas Rangers, but his first 3 came in Boston from 2020 to 2022. Now, if you ask Eovaldi, he'll say at this point, pitching against the Red Sox feels like pitching against any other team. But to both of these franchises, Nathan Eovaldi is not just another pitcher. His legend in Boston will forever be 2018 in Game 3 of the World Series. He came in during the 12th inning and pitched 6 innings of relief to save Boston's bullpen and set them up for another World Series. In December 2022, he signed with the Rangers, and in 2023, he rewrote history books, becoming the first pitcher to earn 5 wins as a starter in a single postseason, helping the Rangers to their first World Series title. Entering this offseason, signing Eovaldi to another contract at the top of Chris Young's checklist. And it feels very fitting that this team is starting what they hope will be another championship winning season with Eovaldi on the mound. Guys.
Well, they've got the right guy, right? We call him Big Game Nate, and there's any given season, oftentimes no bigger game than opening day. This is the tone setter for this team, and it's just such a luxury to have a guy like him out there, Mike.
He pitches the best when the pressure is on the line, and it feels like a playoff day here on opening day. And you look at last season for Nate Eovaldi, 12-8 record in those 29 starts, 172 thirds innings, 3.8 ERA, 166 Ks, and the 229 batting average against. Here's what he throws. We got the 4-seam fastball, the splitter, the cutter, the curve, and the slider. We'll see how he uses it today. He does like using the 4-seam fastball and the splitter more early in the season as he kind of finds that release point on the curveball.
A former Red Sox, spent 4+ years in New England and now facing his old club today. Let's take a look at the lineup for Boston today. Jarren Duran, he's a dangerous, kind of exciting player at the top of the lineup playing left field. Rafael Devers, now the designated hitter in Boston, batting second. And a new face for them, Alex Bregman at third base, batting third. It's Casas, Trevor Story, local kid, and then the rookie, Christian Campbell, at second base, batting sixth. Abreu, Wong, and Ceddanne Rafaela, the speedy center fielder, batting ninth.
On paper, that's a really tough lineup, especially up top, those first 5 guys. You get into, obviously, rookie after that, but those first 5 guys, adding Alex Bregman to this lineup makes it much more dangerous.
Well, 2 teams here, both with some postseason aspirations this year. Both have impressed the pundits to this point. And I think when I think about what makes the Rangers intriguing this year offensively, it's that there's a dynamic sense to this lineup. They can do a lot of different things offensively, and I think you'd say the same thing about Boston. They've got some weapons here. They can run on you. They've got some power. They'll wear you out at times. We'll see how it plays out this afternoon. Nathan Eovaldi is set to go. Duran in the box for the Red Sox. And here we go on this journey, 2025 underway with a ground ball right side. Burger with a nice pick and the throw over to first. And Duran is erased. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Testing the new first baseman for the Texas Rangers, Jake Burger, who played a lot of third base last year, a little bit of first. This is a great job ranging to the backhand, making sure he gives a nice feed to Nathan Eovaldi. Eovaldi gets off the mound quickly as soon as he sees that ball hit to the right side. Great job of getting off quickly to make it an easy feed for Jake Burger.
Tell you what, that thing off the bat looked like a little bit of trouble. Really nice play by Burger. 1 out, and here is Devers. That patented, very big open stance. And he'll watch a fastball for strike 1. And Devers off a huge year last year. And then the center of a lot of questions and borderline controversy this year in the spring. And he comes up empty on the curveball. Boy, oh boy.
2 perfect locations. Fastball spotted outside corner and then backdoor breaking ball.
Good luck with that. So Eovaldi back to the plate. A little high. 1-2.
You see Eovaldi when he throws that 96 at the top of the zone or above the zone. He loves then throwing that split finger where it comes out of that same angle and then just dives to the bottom of the zone or below it.
35 years old now, and the right-hander's pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him on the curveball. 2 away, and there's Eovaldi's first strikeout of the season.
This is not a healthy swing here on this breaking ball. You see it starting off away and going to that back foot. Really nice pitch. Great start for the first 2 outs for Nathan Eovaldi. You see here getting around that ball, and Devers. Whew. You don't see him swing like that too many times.
No, I'd hazard a guess that if Devers faces Eovaldi again today, he'll probably see another curveball. Bregman now, and he'll take off the plate. Alex Bregman, you heard him greeted by the fans here. They don't forget. Bregman and his association with the Houston Astros will earn him those responses probably for years and years to come. Outside, 2-0.
One thing we know about Bregman is he is a patient hitter.
Eovaldi everything away here on Bregman, trying to avoid him a little bit. Signed a big offseason deal with the Red Sox. He's a Gold Glove third baseman and a dangerous hitter, as we all know. And that one does nibble off the edge. Eovaldi stays in the count. Now, Eovaldi, that's one of the things about him, right, is he does not walk a lot of guys. He's being very careful here with Bregman. The 3-1, a ground ball left side. Young has it, throws across the diamond. A 1-2-3. Top of the first inning. Big game Nate doing his job in his half of the first. And now the Rangers' turn. Marcus Semien, Corey Seager, and Wyatt Langford coming up. Grand Slam for your budget. Visit Progressive.com. By Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, the official casino and resort of the Texas Rangers. And by your North Texas Chevy dealers. Chevy drives Texas. Well, here we go. Great job at the top of the first inning. And now, in the bottom of the first, the Rangers with their chance. It'll be Semien, Seager at Langford, as we told you going into the break. Garcia at right field, Berger at first, Josh Young at third, and then the bottom of the order, Kevin Pillar made the team out of spring. He's in center field. Kyle Higashioka catching, and Josh Smith, the Silver Slugger shortstop. They get a tough assignment today, though, and Garrett Crochet. And Semien fouls him off to get going here this afternoon.
All-star on the mound coming over from the Chicago White Sox. And very happy to be on a team that's supposed to be competitive this year.
Yeah, I'd say that's safe to say. The Chicago White Sox gave him no hope last couple of seasons. Big trade this offseason for Boston to get him. And he finds the outside corner there with the cut fastball. 1-2 the count to Marcus. So a tough lefty on opening day. Crochet won't get Marcus to chase that one. And if nothing else, Semien, seeing a fifth pitch in this at bat, has done a pretty decent job here, helping out guys like Corey Seager, who will be next. That's high. And that's where Crochet gets you, right?
Yeah, that was a good job of laying off that pitch. You saw Semien almost want to go 97, looked like it was going to stay on the corner, and just ran off.
Set up in the full count pitch. A swing and a miss. Semien strikes out. One away.
Let's look at Garrett Crochet's numbers last year. The record's not going to look too great, but that's because he was on the White Sox last year. Made 33 starts, but when you look at the K's, almost 300 in batting average against. And then the Arsenal four-seam cutter, we just saw that one for a strikeout, sweeper change, and two-seamer.
So now a lefty on lefty here as he works to Corey Seager. Seager DHing today, not in there at shortstop. And he comes up empty on the fastball.
Supposedly out of spring training, that's something that Crochet wants to throw more this year, is the two-seam fastball, sinker.
That one was well placed. And this one in the air out to left, but Duran is right there, 2 away. Well, it's not like he needs more weapons, this guy, Crochet.
No, but you throw 97 hard and now you throw 96 with a little bit of tail to it. It just makes it more difficult on the hitters.
So Wyatt Langford steps in here, the 23-year-old rookie. His second consecutive opening day, and he'll take up and out ball 1. Last season ended with such strength in September. And then this spring was great as well. Langford like he hadn't missed a beat. One ball and one strike to the dangerous right-handed hitter. That's a pretty healthy cut right there.
Good cut, but so far Crochet really has command of that cutter right there, right around 88 to 90 miles an hour.
With some tempo in the 1-2 pitch, Langford fouls him off. Crochet strikes out about 35% of the batters he faces. Just an absurd number. He likes to do it, at least has in the past, with that forcing fastball up, and he runs that one inside.
Well, he's a big dude, and then he comes from kind of that slinging arm motion too, and it probably makes it difficult to pick up that ball out of the hand.
Just missed Langford. Barely got his foot out of the way, and I'm glad he did.
Yeah, no matter what, the Rangers have worked 2 counts here to 3-2, Semien and Langford here.
All right, the payoff. He's becoming a really good at bat. Here's the thing, in June, right, or July, you would say that about this inning, especially when you're talking about an elite pitcher like Crochet. Just to make him work is an accomplishment. But on opening day, where he's not likely to go as deep as he would mid-season, it's huge.
Yeah.
Because if they could limit him, let's say, to 4 innings today or something, that's a big advantage. High pop-up, and that one will end up in the seats.
Yeah, to your point, if you can get him to throw 20 pitches per inning, you get to that 5th inning, he's already in the 80s, and that makes it tough for a manager to want to stick with him, because last year 33 starts but only 146 innings, so he's not a big innings eater guy.
Opening day is not the day you push your starters. 3-2, and that is off the plate. How about Wyatt Langford with a 9-pitch walk? That was a great plate appearance.
Really nice job of fouling off some pitches. See if he wants to run here and get into scoring position.
Put a little pressure on him, as Garcia hopes to do the same thing. 32-year-old Adolis Garcia. Langford has great speed. Flinches, doesn't go. That one just did catch the outside edge on Adolis. For what it's worth, and it's not worth a lot, because it's just not a lot of at-bats. Garcia is 2 for 4 against Crochet. Only 1 strikeout. So he's certainly in that very small sample size. Yeah, that puts him well ahead of the general population. 0-2 pitch. That was close. Good boy.
Yeah, that was perfectly located from Crochet here, and that's one of those ones that definitely can be called a strike.
Langford taking a lead again. Will he go? No. It's in the air, right field. Abreu drifting toward the line. He'll make the catch, and the inning is done. But the Rangers, pretty good job of making Crochet work a little bit in their half of the first. No score to the second inning.
Evo is as good a competitor as I've ever been around. He's as good a teammate as I've ever seen. I don't think there's a player who embodies our values as an organization more than Evo. And, you know, I don't take him for granted whatsoever.
Yeah, actually, it was a pretty good way of putting it when talking about Eovaldi, because he really does embody exactly what they set out for here. Is a high pop-up, heads foul, and that's out of play. Tristan Casas, the batter, be a good teammate, dominate the fundamentals, compete with passion.
Yeah, and the thing is I think being a kind of that leader teammate that he is, it's kind of something that you just are kind of born with. You can work on it and you can get better at it, but I just think it's natural for Eovaldi.
Agreed. From Alvin, Texas. He's become one of the premier pitchers in the game. Cool. And Casas guessing on that splitter, 0-2.
It'll be interesting here, way out in front on that pitch. Do you just go back to it, maybe just locate it a little bit lower, or do you run a fastball up at 96 above the zone?
He and Higashioka apparently in disagreement there on a couple of ideas. Now they've figured it out. 2-strike pitch. Oh, goes back with a splitter. So perfect time to talk about the idea of reading swings, right?
Yes.
Pitchers do it, catchers do it really well.
Yes.
You got to read the swing of the hitter. That sometimes tells you what to throw.
Yes. The hitter will let you know what stuff is working and what stuff isn't.
1-2. Fouled away. Now, after you've gone splitter, cutter, so high 80s, low 90s, 3 straight pitches, you do become concerned about coming back with something at that velocity, right? So
right. You can change location and speed here after throwing soft down, soft away, go hard in.
1-2. Oh, he goes with a breaking ball, goes a little softer still. And he gets his second strikeout of the game.
Yeah, this is what makes Eovaldi so great. We're talking about throwing high 80s, low 90s, breaking stuff. Then he goes with the curveball at 78 miles an hour here, getting over the top of it. We saw a similar pitch to Rafael Devers that worked also for a strikeout. Great job here of Eovaldi going to that curveball 2 times for 2 Ks.
Trevor Story now the batter. Trevor Story from Irving, just down the road. A local kid who has done quite well. Elite defender at shortstop. Great bat. Now he's halfway through a 6-year contract with Boston. And it was a big 6-year deal. I think $140 million.
Yeah.
But the problem has been keeping him on the field. He's played right about 160 plus games in the 3 years so far. Takes a strike.
There were 3 big middle infielders as free agents in 22. Corey Seager, Marcus Semien, and Trevor Story. And the Rangers got 2 out of the 3. And luckily for the Texas Rangers, their guys have stayed pretty healthy throughout their career. Obviously, Semien staying perfectly healthy.
I mean, just ridiculously so. Story now 32 years old. Slaps that one foul to keep the bat going. 1-2 the count. Yeah, he's played 163 games in those first 3 years, so that's been a source of some frustration for him and for the ball club. Yeah. Eovaldi needed just 10 pitches in the first, and he strikes out Trevor Story. And that curveball is really good here early on for Eovaldi.
Yeah, the curveball has been the best you've seen from Eovaldi when it comes to late March, early April. Sometimes this is a pitch that he finds more later in the month, but today it has been outstanding.
3 strikeouts so far in the first 5 batters he's faced. And he fires one right in there for a strike to Campbell. Christian Campbell, rookie who made this team out of spring training. Just 22 years old. And I mean, it looks like he's still going through puberty, like he's going to fill out yet, right?
Yeah, he is. He is out of college. He's out of Georgia Tech.
Yeah. A slender fella. Had a great year last year in the minor leagues. Good contact hitter, good power. Fouls that away. He had .330 last year in the minor leagues with 20 home runs. And moved along 3 different levels, so he was moving quickly. They really liked him. He didn't. I don't. You know, you look at the numbers. It didn't look like he had a big spring.
Right.
But good enough. They wanted him here. 4th round pick in 2023. 1-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss. Eovaldi strikes out the side in order in the 2nd inning. He has 4 punch-outs through 2 innings. Triston Casas first on the curveball. You got Trevor Story. First pitch swinging here, and Jake Burger starts the 2nd inning off with a foul ball. Well, excited about this guy, Jake Burger, 28 years old, his 3rd opening day roster. Former White Sox, Marlin, and now Ranger, acquired in an offseason deal this fall. He's going to be playing a lot of first base and hitting a lot of home runs. And he'll take up and away.
He's a guy that hopefully solves at times the Rangers' fastball issue. Is if that ball's up in the zone hard, he does like that pitch.
Just missed that one, 2-2. Yeah, you know, you go into these games, both teams have similar philosophies, right? You break down that starting pitcher and you decide what your strategy is going to be. And in the Rangers' case, it's pretty obvious when you're facing a guy like Crochet that he wants to get you out with a spinning 4-seamer up in the zone. Now, you mentioned earlier, he has added this sinker that's pretty good. But his bread and butter for years has been that 4-seam riding fastball. 2-2. And that one's hammered down the right side, foul. But even that's impressive.
Yeah, to get to that pitch and hit it that well, because that's a borderline strike right there. That might have been a little bit up and away here. As you see Crochet throw that 4-seamer and just try to throw it by him. This is another great at bat. It's not full count yet, but once again, 22 pitches in the 1st inning. And here, this is going to be the 7th pitch of the first batter of the 2nd inning. So the Rangers, even though they haven't scored, they're definitely working Crochet.
Yeah. Berger's the one guy in this lineup that you would say, go ahead and attack that fastball up.
Great take.
Boy, oh boy, that's a tough take too right there. Now, the other thing about Jake Burger is fans just getting to know him here. He has historically struck out a lot through 2. And he walks. Another really good plate appearance by these Rangers. Langford in the first inning, and now Burger with a good walk.
That's a great at bat. 2 breaking balls on the plate just below the zone that he's able to lay off of and get the leadoff guy on base here.
You know, Langford, it was a 9-pitch walk. That was an 8-pitch walk. So I have the lead man on here for Young. Josh had an idea right there.
I don't think he's going to miss too many of those. That first swing, first at bat, but that's a pitch he likes.
Great to have Young healthy and in the lineup here. He takes downstairs. 1-1.
The Rangers are seeing the ball pretty well. I know there haven't been hard hit balls yet, but they're seeing the ball well out of Crochet's hand to lay off that breaking ball again from another hitter.
1-1. And that's hit hard out to right field. Back near the corner, Abreu, and that's just off the wall. Burger had to hold a long time so he can only get to second. Young just missed getting it out, but he'll take the long single.
I'll tell you what, this is unbelievable from Abreu here. He knows he's never going to catch this ball. This ball is hit hard. It was a few feet away from a home run, but Burger's reading the outfielder here, and Abreu acts like this is going to be a routine play. And then he plays it off of 1 hop, gets it in quickly. You have to give a lot of credit to Abreu right there, because it should be second and third.
Yeah. And it's as good a time as any to observe that when you talk about defensive outfields in baseball, they might have the best. I mean, they got guys out there, and he won the Gold Glove last year in right field. Raphael is athletic as they come in center field. Duran would be an above average center fielder. He's playing in left. They have extraordinary outfield talent. Pilar shoots it up the middle. That's a base hit. Burger into third. They're waving him. Rafaela up with a baseball, won't throw to the plate. And there's your first run of the season. Pilar driving in Burger, and it's 1-0 Rangers.
This is the weapon against left-handed pitchers for Bruce Bochy and the Texas Rangers. Kevin Pilar squares up a fastball right back up the middle. Burger scores on it easily. A lot of credit to Burger getting that leadoff at bat walk. And now Pilar taking advantage of what he does, batting .310 last year against left-handed pitchers.
Kyle Higashioka now, another new face in this Rangers lineup. He's catching today, batting .8. Right-handed hitter. And how about that? 17 home runs last year with the Padres. He's got power. I was thinking about using some of it right there. 0-2 the count. And Higashioka.
See if you can battle here and get something into the outfield, maybe to that right side still, and get Young to third base.
Nobody out. Walk and back-to-back singles. And the Rangers have the early lead. Opening game of the 2025 season. The 1-2 from Crochet. And he got underneath it. A pop up near third. Bregman, infield fly rule in effect, makes the catch anyway. 1 away. So Josh Smith, the only other left-hander in the lineup outside of Corey Seager, batting out of the 9th spot in the order and playing shortstop today for Corey Seager. And he looks to bunt. That one goes off of Wong.
Maybe got him on the top of the thigh there.
Oh, looks like maybe.
The bunt attempt here, and inside of the knee.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That's a tough pitch to bunt when it's shoulder high.
Yeah.
He's bunting for a hit there too, if you're wondering. That was not a sacrifice. That was Young trying to lay one down for a hit.
We like what you've seen so far from this Rangers lineup. And Mike, we spent most of spring training talking about how the Rangers, more than anything else, wanted to improve on slug from last year. That was a real problem. And they addressed that in a lot of ways, which we will discuss no doubt ad nauseum this summer. But I do think what intrigues me most about this lineup is the fact that it's so balanced and it has so many ways that it can get to you, whether it's a little bit of patience, maybe moving runners, occasionally even taking advantage of some speed on the bases. Crochet's one strike offering another bunt, and that's fouled back. 0-2 on Smith.
Interesting. I didn't think he'd try another one after the first one, but. And Josh Smith last year against lefties was a good hitter.
Won the Silver Slugger for utility players. 0-2. And he'll take a strike. That was the sweeper that time from Crochet. 2 away.
That was a big pitch to get first and second, nobody out. Now you still have to get a third out if you're Crochet, but first and second, nobody out, and you find yourself first and second, 2 outs now that the lineup turns over. It was a good job by him.
But he has to deal with Semien now. In a spot where he could drive in some runs. And Marcus takes outside, and this is where Marcus has been so good as a Ranger, right? I think back to that 2023 season for certain when he drove in 100 runs out of the leadoff spot. Look at guys on in front of him. He's done a great job of finding a way.
Yeah, now he's in obviously a hitter's count 2-0, but one thing we noticed in spring training, he did a good job if that ball was away on the plate of shooting the ball to right field for base hits. Now 2-0, you're looking for your favorite pitch right here, and his is usually middle in or middle.
2-0 pitch. He tried to stop, did he? No. Hunter Windelstadt down at first. Brings him up. 1 run in this inning. Rangers with a chance to do a little more damage. Oh, that is a tough one there. Just did touch the lower edge of the strike zone.
Yeah, if you're Semien, there's nothing you can do with that pitch. You have to take it, and if he throws it again, you tip your cap.
25th pitch of the inning for Crochet, and a bouncer up the middle. Takes a little while to get there. Campbell bobbles, and his throw is just in time. Ooh, doctor, that got a little hairy right there for the Red Sox and the rookie Campbell. The Rangers will have to settle for the 1 run. We'll go to the 3rd. It's a 1-0 lead.
let's take a look at the PNC Bank slow moments here, and we have the replay of Nathan Eovaldi's 4 strikeouts, all on the same pitch, located a little bit differently, but that curveball is working for Nathan Eovaldi through 2 innings, 4 Ks.
Yeah, he looks very sharp. I'd even say, Mike, as sharp as we've seen him all season.
I agree.
Thank you. Keep it here for more
Yeah.
insightful observations like that.
Yeah. So far, this is either the best or worst.
Well, actually, it's both, right? It's also the worst he's looked all year. He's got Abreu, Wong, and Rafaela. And this one smashed by first, a base hit for Wilyer Abreu. Well, so much for the no-hitter.
Only 21 away. Now you just get a ground ball double play here.
Well, a runner on. Connor Wong, the batter. He's the Red Sox catcher, who is known more for his bat than his glove. So you do have to respect him. Batting 8th here. Originally drafted by the Dodgers back in 2017. And he'll take a strike. 1-1.
Job by Eovaldi after not getting that call on that first pitch, coming back and locating a 92-mile-an-hour pitch there for a strike. See last season the ground ball rate. It's a double play candidate.
A bit low. So 2-1. Keep an eye on that base runner. There he goes. And a ground ball up the middle, just past a diving Josh Smith. That one into center field. And the Red Sox set up shop on the corners. Boy, it's what you were asking for, though.
Yeah, this ball was just hit a little bit too hard. You see it down the middle. Josh Smith makes a great effort there. Can't get to it. Runner on the move, so he easily makes it to third base. And these are 2 very dangerous lineups. Just because you get to the bottom of the order does not mean you have 3 guys that are somewhat automatic outs. This lineup and the Rangers lineup are 9 deep.
Swing and a miss. Strike 1 here on Rafaela, another very athletic player in this Red Sox lineup. On the corners, nobody out. And a chopper goes foul. Rafaela now 24 years old.
And he's tough to double up. He can run, so this is where you've gotten to that 0-2 count. So you want the strikeout here. See if Eovaldi wants to run one above the zone or maybe throw one of those nasty curveballs down and away here.
Long hold. The 0-2. And goes with the fastball up. And Rafaela not taking the bait.
That was a good pitch, though. That sets up other things. You can try it again and see if Rafaela has the patience to lay off of it.
Red Sox making him work a little bit in this 3rd inning. Fouled away. He threw 10 pitches in the first. Only needed 14 pitches last inning and striking out the side. But now it's going to take a little extra work to get out of this jam.
You can see Rafaela's approach here is to put the ball in play. He's not taking big swings right now.
Here it is. And fouled back. I mentioned he's just 24 years old, out of Curacao, and we talk about, and we do this all the time, all these guys, of course, talented beyond belief just to be here. But this guy, I mean, He played a stellar center field last year and shortstop.
Yeah.
When Story was out. I mean, there's really nothing on the field he can't do. Check in over there at first.
He's a very valuable piece. I don't know if he's ever going to be an all-star, but he's one of those guys that teams love having because of his versatility offensively. And you see here with 2 strikes, he's battling. He kind of has a little bit of an old school approach here. He's shortened up his swing to put it in play.
He has struggled with discipline at the plate at times. Does not walk a lot, and he will strike out more than average. But it was kind of pesky here in this at bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A bouncer left side. That should be 2. Smith to second 1. No, I say should be. We just established that he's difficult to double up. Not going to happen. So the force out at second goes 6-4. And the Red Sox tie the game.
Yeah, the ball has to be pretty much hit right at an infielder for Rafaela to be doubled up, and you saw Smith have to make sure he gets a clean hop here and move over to his right. And at that point, Rafaela, unless he falls down, is going to be safe. Got a big first out here.
Yeah, got to get that first one, and now a chance. If you can get a ground ball here, maybe get Duran, but again, very athletic.
It'll be interesting if they try to steal another base here, as Rafaela just proved how fast he is getting down the line.
And 1 on Duran. Duran, of course, on the first pitch of the game, bounced one sharply to the right side. Berger made that really nice play to get him. And this ball's hit hard out to right field, but Garcia is there. And there are 2 away.
Well, that was, I guess we'll say, right defensive placement, because that ball was hit pretty hard, but right at him, and we'll take it.
Tony Beasley making some notes. Not just that, as Rafael Devers steps in here.
You got him on a curveball last time, but you do have a right-hander on deck. It'll be interesting how aggressive Eovaldi is here.
Well, the cutter thrown right past him. That thing is, you have to respect Devers' history, right? His track record. You know he's good.
Yeah.
At the same time, he did not look comfortable at all in that at bat in the first.
Right. And that was a perfectly located pitch up on the hands. Did it again.
And that was a strike that they will call ball 1.
Yeah, there's a couple. There's a early one to Wong there that registered as a strike that was called a ball, and that one looked like it. And definitely on MLB.com, that was a strike.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. There's a curveball, and again, I mean, you throw it enough.
Yeah.
The guy will make an adjustment, but he's seen 3 and he's had no chance.
Well, this has been a great pitch. As you see the camera work there, that is awesome, and you see how out in front he is there. So he struck him out and then didn't look good on that swing. Does he go to it again?
Well, here he comes, and no, he will go with the fastball in.
Well, he's perfectly located. That one was off the plate, but I mean, he's throwing that ball at the hands exactly where he wants to throw it.
Two outs, a run in for Boston. They've got Rafaela at first. The ball is 2-2. He didn't miss by a lot.
Right there, trying to hit the down and in corner for strike 3 and just pulled it a little bit. You see Eovaldi's reaction. I just wasn't super pleased with the execution there. Runner's going to be on the move here.
There goes Rafaela, and a swing and a miss. Got him with the curveball. When in doubt, go back to that curveball. It has worked all afternoon. 5th strikeout already for Eovaldi, and they just can't touch that curve. Well, welcome back. 1-1 our score as we move our way to the bottom of the third inning, and very happy to be joined by the president of baseball operations, Chris Young. CY, thank you for joining us. So far, interesting start, right, guys? Kind of feeling their way around a little bit. I've seen great at bats from your guys, and boy, Eovaldi's curveball looks as good as any pitch may be going right now.
Well, it's shaping up to be a little bit of a pitcher's duel here, the way that we probably expected it to be with Evo and Crochet. But you know, the bats have been very good. We've run the pitch count up a little bit. Hopefully, we can continue to grind them out here and scratch out a few more runs. Evo's been wonderful thus far. His curveball is on, and you know, a couple base hits there that led to the run. But otherwise, he's been great.
I love how the game started too. Right, first pitch of the game, there's still a buzz. And a smash to the right side. And Jake Burger, your new first baseman, makes a really nice play.
Well, it shows all the hard work that Jake's put in this spring. And Corey Ragsdale, our infield coach, and Jake have worked extremely hard over there. And that was not an easy play, going to his backhand and then turning, throwing on the run to pitcher and hitting him in stride. It was a very nice play. And the guys look like they've practiced that a lot and carried it right into the season.
All right, so Seager strikes out to start this inning. What's the story right now with that calf for him?
You know, I think he tested it out today. The reports I got were positive. We're hopeful he'll play shortstop tomorrow or the next day. It really, at this point in the season, we do not want to push anything. We want to give him ample time and make sure that it's 100%. We're very fortunate we have Josh Smith, who can play a great shortstop and fill in. So my expectation is in the next couple days we'll see Corey back out in the field and Jock in the lineup.
You talked about the at-bats. Langford really started it off in that first inning, drawing that walk with a great at-bat, and here he's worked himself into a really nice count.
Well, that's what Wyatt does. I mean, one of the things we love about him is his plate discipline. He really doesn't expand often, and you know, and when he gets the ball in the zone, he can do damage. So he just missed that pitch there, but another quality at bat, and you know, every night he's going to give you some quality at bats, and you know, it really wears on a pitcher when you stack up quality at bat after quality at bat over the course of a game, and that's part of our lineup and what we can do.
See why the thing that most people say on a day like today to one another around the ballpark is happy opening day. So first of all, happy opening day. Is it a happy day? Is it a day of relief for a guy like you? How do you see opening day?
Oh, no, Dave, happy opening day to you guys. This is a great day. It's a great day for baseball. This is a great day for Ranger fans. It's a great day for our players, front office, organization, just collectively. It's one of the most exciting days of the year, in my opinion, where it sort of signals the beginning of summer in some ways. It's right around the corner, and every fan, every baseball fan especially, can come to the ballpark and take this in or watch on TV and celebrate what a great game we have. It's a tremendous day. I love it. Driving in this morning at 8:30 a.m. and seeing people out tailgating and the setups and the tents, and it's just terrific. It reminds me of all the great things about our sport and why we do this and why we love this game.
Yeah, and you guys put in a lot of work this year. You know, there are a lot of changes to this team. I think the foundation is still there, right? Guys like Adolis Garcia. But you guys made some pretty interesting and big moves. And so now you get to see what it looks like and feel like. So I'm sure that's kind of exciting too.
Well, it is, and in spring training it's great, but we have a lot of players in spring training, and you don't get to see the regulars as much as you'd like. And then kind of the season comes here, and we come back to Arlington and we start the season, and you know, these guys are together truly for the first time as 26 players in the clubhouse, and you know, so this is kind of their time now to bond and come together and see where it goes.
Well, so far so good. It's been fun. Again, happy opening day. I know you got some notes and some stuff to work on. Thanks for taking some time.
Thank you, guys. Happy opening day. Let's get a win.
All right, there he goes. Chris Young, 1-1.
Opening week is presented by PNC Bank. Welcome back to Globe Life Field. And guys, somebody today asked Bruce Bochy who had the best reaction when they found out they made the opening day roster. And he said, you know, Kevin Pillar actually had a very good reaction, and he made his first big league debut 12 years ago. But it makes sense because he told me that as a free agent, you always want to be able to pick where you can play. And he said for the last 4 years, he just hasn't really had that luxury, but he wanted to play in Texas this season because of his family who's moved here full time. He said it was so cool this morning because he told his daughter that she could skip school today to come to opening day. And she said, no, I still want to go to school so I can show off my cool Rangers gear. And she's here now. But just the fact that his kids are able to do that and live their lives, and he's able to play baseball and live his dream, just means a lot to him. And it's cool that the Rangers chose him too, guys.
Well, he has a daughter that's a good student, because my two boys 100% would say, I love not going to school.
Bregman puts a pretty good swing on this one. Deep out to center, and Pillar right on cue makes the play.
Well, and watching Pillar in spring training, his at-bats, his work ethic in the outfield, he's just a true professional. He knows what he needs to do to get ready and sets a great example for the young guys that are around him.
Well, he's an elite defensive outfielder, a great hitter, in particular against lefties. That's where he shows strength, and the Rangers can use that help. Is now Eovaldi pins one on the outside corner here to Casas. 1-1 ball game. Chris Young made the observation last half inning. Again, we talk about sort of insights that you're going to get around here on Ranger Sports Network, presented by Progressive. He said what you would expect a pitcher's duel with these two guys on the mound. I suppose that's fair.
Yeah.
It has been.
Last year, Eovaldi was able to give you 6 innings in his opening day start, 2 runs, and Crochet, I think he was the loser. They lost 1-0 to eventual Cy Young winner Skubal in Detroit.
This one on the ground, first base. Berger with a nice play, and Eovaldi covers for him, 2 away. All right, our Chevy under the hood today. Let's take a look at Eovaldi. He's won the 2 World Series, and with Boston, he had the epic game in relief. I think that's the moment that really marked that postseason. Same with the Rangers in 2023, the 5-0 mark in that postseason. He is really kind of the premier big game pitcher of his generation. He goes to work on Trevor Story.
And he is a guy that can pitch with emotion, and after the pitch is over, get back on the rubber here. Showed expression right there, didn't execute the pitch that he wanted, but it won't affect this pitch.
And this is with the curveball,
which isn't easy to do. You know, you think of some pitchers where it was just, you couldn't tell if anything was going right or wrong on the mound. DeGrom doesn't show much emotion on the mound, but Eovaldi's able to, but right here resets and is able to just concentrate on this one pitch.
There's 2-0 to Story, and that one finds the strike zone. Story struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. So Eovaldi now at 55 pitches. It's now 2-2.
Well, I know that registered as a 4-seam right there at 94 miles an hour, but that ball ran in on the hands hard. I don't even know how far away that was from Story, accidentally hitting that ball with his top right hand.
Literally. Almost hit that with his index finger. Has him set up now. 2-2. And a fastball on the corner, strike 3 called. An 11-pitch half inning. Great bounce back for Eovaldi. He is piling up the strikeouts this afternoon. That was number 6 already.
Well, we head to the bottom of the 4th, all tied up at 1, and let's take a look at our Choctaw Casinos and Resorts game within the game, and it's Garrett Crochet's fastball, the 4-seam fastball, 100 Ks last year, 3rd most in MLB. Jake Berger, 297 average with the 999 OPS on 4-seam fastballs last year. Here's the matchup.
Boy, right according to the recipe, too.
They knew what the Choctaw Casinos and Resorts game within the game was going to be.
Yeah, and Jake's not gonna pass up on that opportunity either right there. And he'll hit this one on the ground shortstop. Story throws him out, 1 away. Bring up Josh Young, but not before we get this message from Baylor Scott and White Health.
Get the back care you need and get back to life fast.
Well, that is kind of my thing.
Healthcare that keeps you in motion. It's not complicated.
Well, Josh Young from the right side fouls this one away. Had a base hit in the second, and he just missed hitting it out. It's going the opposite way down into that right field corner. And the high fastball in there for a strike. And I think the Rangers, some hitters, are prepared to take that pitch for a strike. So, all right, if you can execute that time and again, then hats off. Bouncer, second base. A nice play this time by the rookie Campbell. 2 gone.
Well, after 48 pitches after 2 innings, 12 pitches in the 3rd inning, and right here having a very efficient 2 outs on 5 pitches. So Crochet's getting that pitch count back to where he needs it to go 5+ innings.
Yeah, the Rangers managed to get 4 of the first 7 hitters on base, put a little pressure on him. Crochet has retired 8 in a row since then. And to your point, really starting to settle in a little bit here, and that's dangerous. You don't want to do that with him, because if he gets a rhythm, he's really nasty. He's 1-1 here on Pilar. Great crowd today. They've been into it. One and 2 on Kevin.
I feel like that might be the first breaking ball below the zone that a Ranger has chased. He's thrown some down there that are very tough to lay off of, and the Rangers done it. That was the first one that I saw, a 91 cutter on the plate below the zone that the Rangers have chased.
Yeah, they have shown pretty good patience on those. This one pulled foul. Pilar, a much better hitter against lefties than he is righties. That's true for a lot of guys. Better against that opposite hand pitcher. 12 years in the big leagues. A .281 career average against lefties, and he can add to it. He's 2 for 2 today against Crochet. So the move today was to start Pilar in center. It was a good move.
Yeah. Like you just said, his batting average for his career, .281. Last year, .310. This year, it's 1,000. Even with a broken bat there. Catches it off the end. Let's go with the bat as it's in 2, but another base runner. And good job of hitting there with Pilar.
Higashioka now, and he rips that foul.
And what a weapon to have, where Jock Peterson not starting today. He can come off the bench at any point and maybe do some damage against a righty, but Pilar doing his job against a lefty, 2 for 2 with the RBI.
That ball hit well, deep out to left center. Long run, Rafaela, and that one is off the wall, and he couldn't find it. It was laying on top of it. RBI double for Higashioka. And the Rangers move back in front 2-1.
Two new Texas Rangers. Pilar gets the single, and Higgy drives this one to center field, just a few feet from getting out. Rafaela makes a great effort here, can't get to it, slips and falls, kicks the ball away, gives Pilar an easy chance to score all the way from first base.
Way in there on Smith.
Is that a foul ball?
One.
What part of the bat did this get here? That's a tough one right there.
It is.
I thought it might have got the knob at first.
I'm always amazed at those that are able to hit the barrel of the bat as the guy's checking up. Think about how hard it is to hit the ball in general. It's like a behind the back move. There's a strikeout of Smith, and the inning is done. But the Rangers retake the lead. Kyle Higashioka in his first game in a Rangers uniform delivers the go-ahead run here with the Fords. Rangers baseball on RSN is brought to you by TXU Energy, official energy provider of the Texas Rangers. Man, that is some really cool footage. Our aerial coverage provided by Jack Daniels. There it goes. It's a tiny little thing. That drone. In fact, I nearly bumped into it once or twice today during batting practice. Kind of cool. Just hear this little whirring of the propeller. Super cool, though. What a debut today here on RSN. Great to have you along with us on opening day. Rangers up 2-1. Campbell, Abreu, Wong, the batters here in the 5th inning for Boston. Looked like Eovaldi may have called his own pitch here, reaching down to his belt, and delivers right over the heart of the plate for a strike.
Well, Campbell making his major league debut. Doesn't look too comfortable in the box yet.
No.
I don't know if he always hits like this. It's the first time for me seeing him, but he steps in the bucket, what we would call he's stepping towards the shortstop right now. So he starts off closed, but his step is not towards Eovaldi. It is a stepping, what we'd say, in the bucket towards the third base side here.
2-1, and he just does get a piece of that one.
And when you do that, when we see the stride here, it is tough to hit pitches that are on the plate away. So here's the stride, and you see how it gets a little bit open. Starts off close, and his step makes him open up a little bit. He should be able to nail that outside corner for a strike here.
2-2, and boy, that one got in on the handle. Somehow rolls it down to third, and Young takes care of him. Good thing he hit that ball, otherwise he was going to take it right in the gut.
Yeah, this one, splitter, riding in on the hands hard. And I don't know how that bat didn't break, but it didn't. As he catches this one close to the hands, lets go of the bottom hand, which is rare when you hit the baseball. And Josh Young makes a really nice play there.
So Abreu now, and he'll take strike one. There you see Eovaldi going to that belt, using the pitch comm to tell Higashioka what he wants to throw. Doesn't do it every time. 0-2 the count.
Well, he's executed so many pitches. Yes, the curveball has worked for a lot of strikeouts. If you're Abreu, though, you have to look fastball here and make adjustments, and he's been able to execute that pitch in on lefty's hands. He's been able to throw that ball just above the zone when he wants to.
2-strike pitch to Abreu inside.
And as I say that was probably the first breaking ball that he didn't execute.
Way to go, Mike.
Thanks. It's only 1-2.
Mid-season form with your jinxes.
Thanks.
Maybe use that power of yours for good, could you?
Well, I think he's going to strike him out on this pitch.
Let's see that. No,
not good enough.
1-2. Almost.
Well, that was a perfectly executed pitch right on the outside corner here, going with kind of that cutter right there. It starts off the plate. So it's a good job of just fouling that off from Abreu.
All right, he and Higgy looks like agree. It's interesting because he nodded as if in agreement, and then I don't know, maybe sent him a signal back like, heck yeah, let's go. The splitter, and that one lifted foul again.
Well, this is a battle here after breaking ball in the dirt. Cutter fouled off, splitter fouled off.
And remember, Abreu was the first guy to reach against Eovaldi today. It struck out 4 of the first 6 batters he faced before Abreu got him with a base hit. And that ball's hit hard, way out to right field, and Abreu just tied this game. Solo home run by Wilyer Abreu, his first of the year. And it's a 2-2 ball game.
Well, he ended up fouling off a couple really nice pitches from Eovaldi, and Eovaldi goes with the four-seam fastball right here, trying to get that ball more in. It just stays on the plate too much, and Abreu crushes this one out and ties it up at 2.
There you go.
Good arm. He got that ball all the way back to the infield.
Well, I'll tell you what I liked about that was he threw it with a little disgust, a little anger.
I don't want a Red Sox home run.
Yeah. He sent a message there. 2-2 the score. And that one off the end of the bat, out toward Garcia. Will make the catch. Soft liner for the second out of the inning. Gives us a moment here for Choctaw Casinos and Resorts. All right, here is Ceddanne Rafaela, who drove on a run on a fielder's choice in the 3rd inning. And he gets underneath one, but underneath it for sure. Hit it hard, but Pilar's there to take care of it, and the inning is done. The Abreu homer, though, has tied this game. We are halfway there today. That's right, I throw it. Better believe it. 2-2.
Tied up at 2 as we head on to the bottom of the 5th inning. And hey, this series continues. It's opening day today, March 27th, but 28th, 29th, and 30th, Red Sox at Rangers Globe Life Field. Let's get those tickets. Tickets at Rangers.com.
Well, a new game. It's the bottom of the 5th inning. Top of the order coming for the Rangers, though. Semien, Seager, and Langford do this inning against Crochet, who's bumping right up near 80 pitches now, and skips that one in there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Crochet has retired Semien both times today, once with a strikeout, once a ground out. It'll be interesting to see how far he's allowed to go today. 1-1. Moves ahead of Semien here with strike 2.
It's a good breaking ball from Crochet, and it's always interesting, like, I wonder where he learned this mechanic of don't bend your knee when you lift your leg. Do you think he was struggling with bending his knee and a pitching coach said, what if you don't bend your knee?
I say Bronson Arroyo, right? Yeah. There aren't many who you really see do that.
I wonder how that affects the hitter at all. I don't think it does too much. You get used to it, but it is a very different motion.
This ball hit sharply and through into left field by Semien. Lead man on here in the 5th inning. How about a look at our TXU Energy power stats here? Nope. Seager. at the plate now. And of course, we know his power, his ability to drive in runs. He was the heart and soul of the offensive charge last year, and no doubt will be expected to be that same guy again this year. I think he's just got more company. He's got more guys who can help shoulder some of the load this time around. Fouls that one back, 0-2.
It will be interesting as this series progresses if Corey will just DH during this series, or if he'll be Kath-wise ready to go out and play shortstop at all in this series.
Two-strike pitch, and he pops that one up, foul and out of play.
I mentioned that because one of the big pickups for the Rangers is Jock Peterson. He's on the starting lineup because of the lefty matchup, but if Seager has to DH this series, it might be tough to get Peterson in this series.
Yeah, I was just thinking that as you said that, that's what was locking me up a little bit, because I think you got to get Peterson in there. Bouncer down to first, and that turns into a double play. 3-6-3, nicely turned by the Red Sox. And that leadoff hit is erased. All right, here comes Wyatt Langford. Our look at our Ford leaderboard. And there he is, among the top 5 in the league last year among American League rookies with 126 hits. That man, Ceddanne Rafaela rather, with 134, led the way with Colt Keith of the Tigers. I don't think any of them finished as strong as Wyatt did.
He did not hit any rookie wall.
No, in fact, it was a frustrating start for Langford last year, especially coming off that incredible spring training. He made adjustments on the fly, learned a lot during his first season in the big leagues. Bounces it to third base, and Bregman takes care of him, and that ends the inning. So a leadoff single doesn't materialize, and we're off to the 6th inning here at Globe Life Field, tied at 2. Opening week presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865. All right, once again, our aerial coverage today provided by Jack Daniels. Cool views today here. Opening day. Baseball Christmas. We're going to see what presents we got. As we begin play here in the 6th inning. So far a 2-2 game. And Eovaldi to work in the 6th inning. Starting the inning at 71 pitches. That's pretty good.
3rd time through the lineup, always tough.
Duran, Devers, and Bregman. Splitter and Duran confused right there. 0-2.
I will say one of the opening day presents we got all the Ranger fans was Ranger Sports Network.
That's right. That's right.
A lot more people watching.
Merry baseball Christmas to everybody out there. New look and feel all the way around. The drone, we've got the sky cam. Great pitching.
New score bug, new graphics.
Yeah. 0-2. Yeah, that's a little bit up.
Good 0-2 pitch.
So Eovaldi pitching to the 6th inning, and that pitch count, obviously getting into the neighborhood of 80 pitches. I think it's, not unreasonable to think this could be his last inning,
right.
The 1-2. And that misses in. Meanwhile, on the other side, Crochet threw 5 innings, but at 88 pitches. You suppose he's done, or?
The reason I say yes is it looks like there's a guy in the Red Sox bullpen throwing right now. And if you're up and throwing right now, or at least he was, he's probably good to go. Maybe he would face one more hitter. I'm looking at it's Garcia, Berger, Young coming up. So 3 righties coming up.
That's Whitlock who's been throwing out there. Garrett Whitlock. Ostensibly ready to go. There's a swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Eovaldi. That one on the splitter.
This is Eovaldi, the pitcher. Look at the sequence here where you see the fastball up out of the zone. Tough pitch to lay off of. Then you go breaking ball back foot. And then sets it up for the splitter where it looks like it's on the plate the whole way. And then drops right below the zone.
7 strikeouts for Eovaldi. He was making his 5th opening day start, and that ties a personal best for him. And he struck out 7 as an opening day starter for Boston back in 2022 at Yankee Stadium.
I believe Jared Sandler gave us this text early this morning or late last night that no starting pitcher last year on opening day went past 6 innings.
Right.
And it's pretty rare now in today's game on opening day for yours to push a guy past 6 innings.
Yeah, if you get 6 out of your starter on opening day, you've got something done. Now he went 6 innings last year on opening day.
Yep.
Trying to do it again this year.
2 runs last year. 2 runs right now.
Last year's game, of course, wasn't decided until extras. It was with the Cubs in town last year. And the Rangers had to go extra innings, won it in the 10th inning. Thanks to a 9th inning home run by Travis Jankowski that tied that game. That was so wild. What a surprise party that was. Well, unfurled the banner last year, the World Series, and then enjoyed that incredible game. Oh, he went. Come on.
That looked like a strike anyways, to be honest.
Right. Nestor Ceja at third base said he held up.
Here's the check. I'll say he checked. That was a good call on the check swing, and that's a strike.
Yeah.
That's a missed call.
There's a swing and a miss. 8 strikeout this afternoon for Eovaldi.
Devers has 3 of them, and he goes back to Old Faithful today. That curveball gets Devers again. Great job of throwing that backdoor breaking ball right on the outside corner.
So now Alex Bregman. And he fouls off strike 1.
I think that one would have gone very far if it was put in play.
Bregman is grounded out, flied out. Gets underneath this one, but that heads foul. Ends up in the seats. 0-2 the count. So Eovaldi needs one more strike to get through this 6th inning, having allowed 2 runs so far. And that might get this crowd up on their feet if he can finish off Bregman. 0-2. Got him swinging. Another strikeout. 9 punch-outs for Eovaldi. And he strikes out the side in the 6th. Top of the order, Duran was first. Good morning, Devers. Good afternoon, mate. And Bregman, good night.
Get free MLB TV with T-Mobile. Redeem today at T-Mobile.com/MLB. Ranger fans enjoying opening day. Tie game. New pitcher on the mound for the Boston Red Sox, Garrett Whitlock. Right-hander.
Comes right after Garcia.
Last year, only 4 games, 18 1/3 innings pitched, 1.96 ERA. Dealt with an elbow injury.
Yeah, he had surgery last year. Now, it wasn't Tommy John. They just repaired that that ligament in his elbow in May. Missed most of the year as a result. That's a pretty tough situation to go through. 28 years old now. And Garcia lifts that out to right field, but Abreu only has to take a step or 2 back. 1 away. Got a moment now for Kia. Here's Jake Burger. So right on right here. Whitlock, big guy, 6'5". Deals off the plate. Garrett Crochet went 5 innings. Allowed a couple of runs on 5 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Frankly, the Rangers really handled him well, I thought.
Yeah, battled. Now, he's a great pitcher. He kind of got into a little bit of a rhythm as the game progressed.
There are a lot of really good pitchers in baseball, and the Rangers will have their fair share of tests this year. But that's one of the better tests you get. Burger lifts one to center, but got underneath it. 2 gone.
When we look at the Rangers and Robert Garcia pick up in the Nate Lowe trade from the Washington Nationals, 6 innings of work for Eovaldi. So there's a good chance that Eovaldi's day is done and bring in the lefty.
You can't ask for a whole lot more from Eovaldi. Is that first pitch in there for a strike on Young. Let's check in with Laura.
Yeah, well, guys, it was like Christmas Day in the Rangers clubhouse today, except Josh Young was Santa Claus, and he gave everyone on this roster a massive gift wagon of Yeti coolers, cups, and headphones.
And 2-out singles. Take that one.
Virtual reality gear, a Colo stove, fire pit, the list could go on and on. Bruce Bochy said he's never seen a player in his big league managing career give to their teammates the way that Josh Young did today. And he said that he wants to become more of a leader on this team, and you're seeing him do that with that gift today, guys.
Yeah, I liked his explanation too, the idea that he wants the guys to be the type of guys who give to one another. Yeah. So he just thought he would start it, right? And boy,
gave
awfully
a lot
generous.
too.
Yeah,
a lot in there.
He's at first. 2 hits today for Young. And that one was low.
You know, after Young got the hit, I just didn't know this is the weapon that Bochy does have off the bench if he wanted to go to Jock Peterson here, but maybe 2 outs, runner on first base, didn't want to use him yet.
One and 2 on Pilar. Pilar's had a good day today. A couple of hits against Crochet. Scored a run, drove in a run. Now having to face the right hand. He's outside. 2 and 2. That was crazy.
We had a mini spacecraft come after us there.
Oh, wow, my heart skipped a beat. Pilar lays off a pitch just off the plate. Here's the thing about Pilar, right? So yeah, he hits lefties a lot better than he hits righties, no doubt. Almost 40 points better in his career. But he still gives you a really good at bat against righties.
Tight game, really good defensive center fielder.
Young off first, there he goes, and this ball hit in the air center field. Rafaela coming in, and he'll make the catch. Inning is over. Rangers leave a man. 7th inning coming up here. What a day. Opening day. We're still tied at 2.
Time now for our All-State Good Hands replay, and it was starting pitcher Nathan Eovaldi striking out 9 guys. He struck out the side in the 2nd inning. A lot of curveballs today, 22 curveballs on the day, and he strikes out the side in the 6th inning to finish his work. 2 runs, 3 hits, no walks, 9 Ks, 87 pitches, 60 of them for strikes. Great first outing of the year.
Yeah, that's going to be a great outing any time of year. You give me that outing, just spin the wheel, just point to a date on the calendar, I'll take it. That was awesome.
Only 1 guy felt comfortable against him, and that was Abreu.
Yeah, he had 2 of their 3 hits. So he gives way to Robert Garcia. And this one fouled away. 0-2 to count.
So Garcia, here we see his numbers last year with Washington, 3-6 record in the 72 relief appearances, 59 2/3 innings, 75 Ks in those innings, only 16 walks. The Rangers concentrated on the new relievers they were going to get were going to be strike throwers.
Bouncer up the middle. Great pick by Smith in time! And they get the out at first. Oh, and a play by Josh Smith.
Well, this is the best play of the season. Josh Smith with the Yingling flight cam. What a spin. What a throw here. Reaching, barely getting it. Turning, 2 steps, get rid of it. 1 hop, Berger picks it. 1 out. That'll make you want to throw more strikes.
I like the way this Garcia pitches. He's exciting. What a play. How about having a guy like that available to play not just shortstop, right? He plays a little third. You can use him all over the place in the outfield if needs be.
We talked about it in spring training. Last year's Silver Slugger Award for utility. I think he does have a chance to win a Gold Glove as a utility Gold Glover.
Oh, that is some kind of trick right there. Story is 0 for 2 today. 1-2 the count.
Yeah, let's take another look at this. The range there. Ball sticks in the glove. And that is a tough, that's a no-look throw pretty much. That's a spin, and then Berger with the stretch. Nice. Keeping that foot on the base. Great job all around.
And Berger's had a nice day today, too, over at first.
Really has. It's one thing the Rangers wanted to concentrate on this year is getting better at defense as it kind of dropped off from 23 to 24.
Stays 1-2 on Story.
Now Garcia attacks. This is if your first time to see him, if you didn't watch any spring training. He's pretty much a 2-pitch pitcher against righties. It's fastball changeup. Against lefties, it's fastball slider.
In the dirt. 2-2 on Story. Well, there is Chris Martin getting ready in the bullpen. And we're seeing this play out about the way Bruce Bochy, I think, wanted to line it up. These three, and I say these three, I haven't told you the third guy yet, but Garcia, Martin, Luke Jackson, they're likely to be the last 3 innings most nights, at least as currently constructed. I think that's how Boch would want to go. Now, it doesn't have to be in that order. Maybe days where it's the exact opposite of that order, whatever. Although I think, I just get the sense that Luke Jackson's going to get that first chance to be the guy to get the final couple of outs.
Hopefully the Rangers are either tied or have the lead a lot of the first 7 games of the season with no day off. So we'll see if these guys have to pitch back-to-back, or if you want to give them that extra day, maybe who might jump into a 7th, 8th inning role if needed, because Garcia might be down a day or 2, and that would maybe be Milner, your other lefty in your pen.
2 balls, 2 strikes here on Story. Garcia. This one lined out to center. Sliding catch out there by Pilar. And the other reason that he's in the lineup today, he is a brilliant defensive outfielder.
What a defensive inning so far, and Pilar showing off his Gold Glove skills here. Gets a great jump on this, and then makes a really nice sliding feet first play here. Look at the concentration, head staying still. Great job by one of the best defensive center fielders in the last decade in Major League Baseball.
Now the lefty a little outside here to Campbell. Campbell, it's funny that the Red Sox played a couple of exhibitions in Mexico prior to coming to town here. They had yesterday off here in the Metroplex. But Cora and the Red Sox played their final 2 exhibitions down in Mexico. And earlier today, Cora was asked about the rookie and you know, his readiness for this, etc. And he said, no, he's still learning. So when we got to the hotel in Mexico, he asked who was his roommate. So yesterday during stretch, everybody was asking him, hey man, who's your roommate? Who's your roommate? So Cora had a talk with him last night about a lot of things, you know, the types of things you'd want to talk about with a rookie before you get going in your first big league season, your first opening day. And he said he ended the conversation after he discussed, you know, handling this, handling that. So, oh, by the way, in the big leagues, no roommates. There's a 2-0. Outside. 2 outs, nobody on. But we can have a little fun with the guy right now. But this guy, he's a special player. Red Sox have very high hopes for him. 3-0. I'll take a strike. Good collegiate player. Georgia Tech?
Yes. Or Georgia Institute of Technology, as some people call it.
Thank you. The Ramblin' Wreck. That one is outside, and Campbell draws the walk. So they have the base runner now in the 7th inning, and Abreu coming up here. Left on left now, and Mike Maddox checking in down to that bullpen.
I'm assuming this will be last hitter.
You know, with the right-handers coming up after. Abreu's been the tough one. Oh, that's a balk. Yeah, you can see it kind of stumbled off the rubber there.
Yeah, it looked like he was maybe trying to step off just to. Let's see here. Yeah, he's telling him, Higgy's telling him to step off. Oh, and he didn't. He was lifting his leg to pitch. If you look here, he's.
Oh, yep, that flinch.
And then he looked at Higgy and realized, oh, I'm not supposed to throw this one.
He comes back and gets Abreu to swing at strike 1. So Abreu had the base hit and then scored a run in the 3rd inning, scoring on the Rafaela fielder's choice, and then he homered in the 5th. Take him out of the equation, and Eovaldi was nearly perfect today.
Yeah, this is a huge situation too in the game. As the game's getting late in a hurry, and go ahead and run at second base. Lefty on lefty. You got to make these pitches here.
Well, he went. Yeah, they appeal. Indeed. Nestor Seja brings him up with strike 2.
See that fastball in on the hands. You can go to the slider here or locate a fastball.
Ready again. The 1-2. Abreu pops it foul. Out of play. Gold Glove winner last year in right field for the Red Sox. 2nd consecutive opening day roster. He was among vote getters in the Rookie of the Year voting last year. Right behind Wyatt Langford in terms of WAR among rookies last year in the American League. 1-2. He just does stay alive.
The one thing that's scaring me here is Higashioka keeps setting up away, lefty on lefty, and he keeps missing inside enough is fine, but if you accidentally miss middle, and right there, that was a miss middle you got away with, so it'll be interesting. It's about 3 fastballs he's wanted away, and he has not executed them. Maybe you go away from that pitch and try to throw a breaking ball to get it away.
The 1-2. And that time it is away.
That's something that obviously a catcher is going to recognize. There's a pitch that you believe can get a guy out, but if you can't execute it, maybe you have to go to a second pitch.
Up over 20 pitches in this relief outing. 28-year-old lefty deals. And Abreu's a pest.
Yeah.
Going to see at least 8 pitches in this at bat. Campbell at second base, the 2-2, and did he go? No.
(3-2), you want to execute a great pitch. You don't want to give in here. If you throw it right off the plate and he takes it, he takes it. But this is not a challenge situation.
The payoff. He loses him up and in. Back-to-back 2-out walks. Maddox again taking the temperature in that bullpen. It looks like they have ready arms out there. Armstrong and Miller. Brother Martin had been warming, and Bruce Bochy signals. So that's it. Garcia will leave, responsible for the 2 base runners. A tie game, 7th inning. New pitcher coming on.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of Rangers Television, LLC, and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Rangers Television, LLC.
Wow, you were so busy flapping your gums there. We were getting this great footage of that drone coming up over the back of the scoreboard. Wow, I'd like to play another game. I just want to keep watching TV. Here's Chris Martin, and he pulls this one foul. So big spot here for Martin right out of the chute, making a return to the Rangers. We saw him in 2018 and 19 here. That was after he had come back from Japan, but an Arlington native. Went to Arlington High, pitching for his home club here. And he gets that one in there for a strike. 0-2 on Wong.
Well, he's put himself in a great situation in a 2-2 tie, getting ahead. Now you can play with your best strikeout pitches that look like a strike and maybe land just out of the zone to get a swing and miss here.
Wong was his catcher last year in Boston. He misses outside to him here. Martin played the last 2 years in a Red Sox uniform. And of course, Wong, the catcher here today for Boston. He was last year as well. And he and Martin know one another pretty well. And that one is spoiled over to the right side, out of play. One thing Long knows for certain as he stands in here is he best be ready to see a strike, because Martin has made a living out of that. Last year in a full season he walked 3, one of them intentional, with 50 strikeouts. The 1-2 got him swinging. So a homecoming for Chris Martin, the Arlington native, and he bails his Rangers out of a jam in the 7th to keep it tied at 2. Opening day, 7th inning stretch, time for God Bless America. Here's Chuck Morgan.
And join in the singing with the United States Army Band's rendition of God Bless America.
Rangers baseball on RSN is brought to you by Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, the official casino and resort of the Texas Rangers. And by Toyota. Save big at Toyota's Ready to Go sales event. Visit Toyota.com today. Great crowd here today. Great ball game. Certainly befitting of an opening day. Quick pitcher's duel. Couple of aces on the mound. 2-2, bottom of the 7th inning. And Whitlock stays in the game for Boston after a scoreless 6th inning. It'll be Higashioka, Smith, and then Marcus Semien. See if they can get back in front again. They have not trailed today. Rangers have led a couple of times, only to see Boston come right back. Whitlock's first pitch, and that misses outside. Higashioka just missed a home run in the 4th inning. Belted a ball to center field. Hit the wall and ended up an RBI double. Hits this one high in the air out to right field. And he's the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Josh Smith.
Looks like they got a guy warming up for Corey Seager if he can have an at bat in this inning.
Yeah, and they do have some flexibility in their bullpen that way. Ability to match up however they need. That's Justin Wilson getting going out there. Left-hander Aroldis Chapman in their pin as well. That one is outside. 1-1 to Smith. Another lefty, Brennan Bernardino, in their pin as well. So plenty of lefty arms if needed. A little cue ball on the third base side of the mound, and played by Bregman. 2 gone. Well, sellout today. 37,587. Paid attendance this afternoon, or rather Thursday afternoon. Tomorrow back at a game 2. It'll be a night game tomorrow. Whitlock. Next one in for a strike to Marcus Semien.
I don't know if your memory is better than mine here, but I'll test it. I know last year was an extra inning win, but it feels like a lot of these Rangers home openers have been very tight games lately.
Well, so it's funny you say that, because the year before that,
the Phillies
was the Phillies. And you remember they took a fairly substantial lead early against DeGrom, tried to close the roof mid-inning, and the Rangers got loose for like 9 runs. And I think they won that game 11-7, something in that range. That one, maybe not as close. Yeah, we've had some seesaw battles too, because I feel like there was a game in Kansas City, although that might have been their home opener, not opening day. Check swing, and no, he went. Semien strikes out, and it completes a 1-2-3-7. So it is getting late around here. 8th inning coming up in a 2-2 game.
The 2025 Junior Rangers kit is sponsored by Golden Chicken. Is for kids ages 14 and under. A one-time cost of $25 includes 4 ticket vouchers, a backpack, short sleeve hoodie, and a tumbler water cup. Visit Rangers.com/Junior Rangers to sign up.
We should get one of those for Jared. Chris Martin goes to work. Jared Sandler, our pre- and post-game host. And he'll be all set. How about that, by the way? He's got a whole set down on the field and everything.
An all-star shortstop. Elvis.
Yeah. Martin rushes one past Rafaela. You said in the break, the real key this inning, making sure they get Rafaela here to start this inning.
Yeah, great job so far by Martin. You got to throw your put-away pitch here, but you don't want this lineup to turn over with Duran, Devers, and Bregman with Rafaela, who can fly around the bases. This is a big out here.
He stays alive. Rangers with single runs in the 2nd and 4th innings. The Red Sox answered with single runs of their own in the 3rd and 5th innings. Martin got a strikeout to end last inning. Back out again here. And he strikes out Rafaela. Back-to-back Ks for Chris Martin.
We'll see Martin here at the split finger. That big 6'8" frame, and Higashioka catches it right before it hits the ground, and that's that big first out. Now the lineup turns over. These guys can do damage with one swing of the bat.
First pitch to Duran. And eased in there. A cutter for strike one. Duran 0 for 3 today.
Maybe?
No appeal even asked for. 1-1. Something about opening day. When you get a win, you're riding high. You drop one, and you start asking yourself a lot of questions. The 1-1. Ground ball, that one's through right side, and Duran is aboard.
Just CNI ground ball, good pitch. All-star getting a base hit, bringing Rafael Devers up. Going into that, I didn't want to jinx it, Dave, but it's 0 for 15 for the 1 through 5 hole hitters for Boston. Duran breaks that and gets a hit.
So now Devers, he has had a very tough afternoon, but his previous at-bats all against Eovaldi, who struck him out 3 times. This time Devers comes up empty. The first pitch from Martin, a cut fastball there in the low 90s. Devers DHing. I mentioned earlier in the broadcast that was quite a story coming from Florida this spring. Runner goes, pitch misses, throw down to second is a good one, but not in time. Duran got his hand in there. His first stolen base of the year. Well, the Rangers are checking upstairs to see if that's worth a challenge. Brett Hayes calling up to video replay, and no.
We'll see here. Good jump, and Duran can run. Great scoop and tag from Smith, but just late. Close.
One of Devers, bouncer down to first. Berger will go to the bag himself for the second out of the inning. Duran moves to third base. It looked like he was either running or thought about running on the pitch. I can't quite tell as it was put into play. It almost looked like he was taking off anyway. Let's see. No.
The secondary lead goes on contact on the ground there.
So Bregman now, 2 outs. The go-ahead run at third. And he lines this one out to right field, right to Garcia. Inning over. Martin gets through it unscathed. Last of the 8th inning coming up, tied at 2. Well, it's about all you can ask for. Great ball game so far today. 2-2 our score. Bottom of the 8th inning now, and an old friend of ours, Aroldis Chapman, has come in to pitch this 8th inning for Boston.
Yeah, last year with Pittsburgh, 5-5 record in 68 games. You see the 61 2/3 innings pitched, 98 Ks to 39 walks, the under 200 batting average, and 222 pitches above 100 miles an hour last year. That was 6th in Major League Baseball.
He still has it, man. Remarkable career. Big part of the Rangers' 2023 world title, and he goes to work here on Corey Seager. By and large, the Rangers have left those pitches down in the zone alone all day. And that's outside. 1-1.
So far, first two 96-98. So either he's easing into it or doesn't maybe feel the 100 today. We'll see. That's just 2 pitches.
Seager lifts this one left side, and that is curling away, foul and out of play. Effort there by Bregman. Great effort by that guy. Attaboy. That's how you do it.
You got to throw a ball.
One-two. Pretty close right there.
Yeah, it's a tough take right here. Is this one just below the zone on the breaking ball? It's a tough one to take.
Seager 0 for 3 today. He fights off a good pitch there. 97 that time with a fastball. I mentioned Chapman and his time with the Rangers. He has been around the block, and he strikes out Seager with a fastball there at 98 miles per hour.
Let's look at StatCast, powered by Google Cloud, and we go back to the first inning, Garrett Crochet versus Wyatt Langford, and we see the battle in this at bat as you get to 2 strikes in a hurry, the 1-2 count, but Wyatt Langford works his tail off here, gets to a 9th pitch, and is able to draw ball 4.
Broken bat flare, and that one bounces past Campbell into right field. Langford lost the bat, and he will happily donate it for that base hit. Now the Rangers have some speed on the bases.
We see this 4-seam fastball run in on the hands, and that bat breaks in 3 right there. It ends up being a base hit as it short hops here. Campbell at second base.
And here is El Bombi. A great opportunity for Garcia with a chance to provide some heroics for the home crowd. Inside 2-0. The former teammates, countrymen, both from Cuba.
Okay, throw a fastball down the middle here. Let's see what happens.
There's a 2-0. And that ball in the air, center field, takes Rafaela back, and there are 2 away.
It was the challenge pitch I wanted. Garcia put a pretty good swing on it. Unfortunately, just didn't get the ball up in the air enough, or maybe pitched out in front. 4-seam fastball right down the middle. Garcia hits the ball well to center field, but that's a pretty deep part of the park to hit it to.
In the hands of Jake Berger, and he hits one sharply on the ground. Shortstop Story goes back the short way to force out Langford and the Rangers in the 8th. So Chapman gets it done, and that sends us to the 9th inning in a tie game.
Tex Gala, presented by Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, Thursday, April 3rd at Globe Life Field with Rangers players in attendance, benefiting the Texas Rangers Baseball Foundation. Special performance from Thomas Rhett. Enjoy cocktails, dinner, a live and silent auction featuring Rangers exclusive items, trips, and more. For information on tickets or sponsoring event, please visit rangers.com/Tex Gala. And we have a new pitcher on the mound, former, now current Texas Ranger, Luke Jackson. Last year with San Francisco and Atlanta, 53 innings pitched, 4-3 record, .255 batting average against.
First pitch of the inning. Swing and a miss by Tristan Casas, left-handed hitter. Casas 0 for 3 today. Does have power. Big, strong kid. Takes a little bit in.
Casas got off to a pretty good start last year for Boston, but then got an injury in kind of early May and put him out for a while, and when he came back wasn't the same hitter.
One from Jackson, fouled away. So Luke, he's not going to bring the 101 fastball. But what he does do is he just comes after you. He throws strikes, number one, and puts the pressure on the hitters. And the little that I've seen anyway, I feel like he brings a little tempo.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to wait around much. The 1-2. That's downstairs.
He kind of has that in his windup, that little bit of hesitation too. Almost, I don't know if he's intentionally doing it, but just kind of messing up the timing of the hitter.
Casas has been somewhat passive in this at bat, and he'll take downstairs. Full count. You mentioned Luke Jackson, a former Ranger. He was a first-round pick in 2010 by the Rangers, 45th overall. At Calvary Christian Academy in Fort Lauderdale, where he did not really start pitching until the end of his junior year in high school. A couple of shakes, and now the payoff on the way to Casas. And that one is in there. Strike 3 called.
Well, this is a big full count pitch right here. Spiked breaking ball. Hits that bottom corner right there. Whew. We'll take it.
A little extra room down there, maybe. Trevor Story, and he lays off a pitch outside. Boy, they've been very patient here, very discerning against Jackson. Story, a couple of strikeouts this afternoon. And he comes up empty, 1-1.
This is where not only do you have to be a good pitcher, but you have to have good stuff, because one mistake can decide this game now.
That's outside. 2-1. Eovaldi struck out 9 today in his 6 innings of work. Chris Martin struck out a couple. It's outside and low. 3-1. Jackson has a strikeout of his own now. So 12 total strikeouts. Here's the 3-1. And Story pulls it foul. By the way, the 9 strikeouts for Eovaldi. We mentioned how he'd struck out 7 a few years ago while with the Red Sox on opening day. And this tied, or rather set a new personal best for him. It also ties the club record for most strikeouts by an opening day pitcher for Rangers. Lance Lynn struck out 9 back in 2020. Fouled off, stays 3-2.
Nobody was here to see it. Only could watch it on TV.
I don't even know if we had the cardboard cutouts. I don't think they were, right? I can't remember. A lot of stuff from that year that I can't really remember. One out here with the ninth inning. Tied at 2. Jackson's payoff. And that's in the air down the right side, slicing toward the corner and foul. And a beautiful catch.
Beautiful. Where we sit from here, that ball was, I was holding my breath, not knowing if that one was going to get close to the corner. It wasn't, but great play from the Texas Ranger fan with the first baseman's glove there.
Yep. First of many catches he'll have this summer. 3-2. What a battle here. Story. See his 9th pitch of this at bat here from Luke Jackson. That makes it hard on a pitcher. Not too many secrets at this point. And he misses with a fastball. So Story throws a critical walk in the 9th inning.
Like you said, once you get to pitch 6, 7 or so, that hitter's timing on all your pitches just becomes better and better. So you just have to execute even more of a perfect pitch, but not a horrible walk here.
No, now the rookie, Christian Campbell, walked in the 7th inning. Jackson's up with that one. Garcia gave him 2/3 in relief. Martin an inning and a third. Decent move over there, chasing Story back in. Runner goes. Pitch is a good one. Throw down to second is not in time. Story with his first stolen base of the year. I thought the pitch had a little more merit too.
Yeah, I thought it was a strike here, but we'll see. Even if Semien catches this ball clean, he's trying to get that tag down as fast as he can. It wouldn't have mattered. Story was still going to be safe.
It's a big stolen base for Trevor Story. You know, the call going the way of Campbell, it being a ball on that last pitch, that was big too. Big difference between 2-0 and 1-1 from a pitcher's standpoint.
I'm sure it's tough on umpires when the catcher's moving when it's over the plate trying to throw the ball to second.
Bouncer third base, and that one bounces off Young over Smith and all the way out to Langford. Wow. Story had no choice but to hold up.
Yeah, unfortunately here, a short hop to Young just goes off the glove, and even after not making the play there, it was unfortunate the ball didn't bounce to Josh Smith, because if it does, it's first and second with one out. Unfortunately, now the go-ahead run moves to third base with only one out.
Well, it's an unusual way to get your first big league hit, but congratulations to Christian Campbell. It took a moment. Official scorer had to go back and look at it, but they scored a base hit, and so that's his first major league hit. And kind of in a big spot.
Here is play. Josh Young tries to make it here, and goes off the, look like the thumb part, and then there's the Campbell family celebrating his son and family members.
Well, what a thrill for them, right?
Yeah. It's always, I'm sure Campbell's nervous playing, but maybe even more nervous is all the family members here.
Armstrong getting ready in a hurry out of the bullpen. Sean Armstrong. Pinch runner at first for Campbell. That's interesting.
Yeah, because Campbell's an athlete.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Do they not feel comfortable? Oh, he can fly.
Yeah, David Hamilton is as fast as they come. He is a brilliant base runner. And that's a big runner as well, right? If they can get him at a scoring position.
Do you take first pitch and just let him steal second here and avoid the double play?
Probably. Jackson to the plate, and that's low. So yeah, now you're seeing the distraction of these base runners. A runner at third, the speedy Hamilton at first base. 2-2 our score. In the air, right field. That's well struck, and that one is gone. Wilyer Abreu has single-handedly beaten the Rangers to this point. Big 3-run homer. And the Red Sox open a 5-2 advantage in the ninth.
Well, Abreu here gets a breaking ball, sticks down the middle, thigh high, and he is locked in today. Second home run of the game and 4 RBIs.
That's going to do it for Luke Jackson. And not the way he wanted this one to go. A 3-run homer in the ninth, and the Rangers go deeper into that pen. Oh boy, 5-2 here in the ninth inning. And this game has taken a turn in a dramatic way. In the wrong direction is. Now Sean Armstrong comes on here.
Last year, 3 teams: Tampa, St. Louis, Chicago Cubs. I think that's one thing Ranger fans are going to get to know as this early season starts off, is all the new arms in the bullpen for the Rangers.
Yeah, a lot of new guys to get familiar with. And this one lined up the middle, and what a catch by Semien out back of second. That is a nice play.
Good job here by Marcus Semien. You see him get about 3 steps back and then reach up last second and make the play here. If he doesn't work his feet there and get back just a little bit more, he can't make that play. Really nice effort from the Gold Glover.
Ceddanne Rafaela now, and he'll take strike 1. Boy, the Wilyer Abreu story against the Rangers is it's a legend that continues to grow. He had 4 home runs against the Rangers last year. Bouncer down to third. That's just foul. Hit 381 against Texas last season. Although in this ballpark, the numbers are even more absurd for Abreu. it is. But he seems to particularly enjoy hitting against Texas. There's a strikeout of Rafaela to end the inning, but the Abreu homer puts the pressure on these Rangers bats now. Last chance coming up in the ninth. It's 5-2. Well, there you see it. A 3-run ninth inning has created the issue for the Rangers. They've got 3 outs with which to work now. Now, we're excited, though, to have you along. And hopefully we get a dramatic finish to this one for you. Everybody watching on Rangers Sports Network, your new home for Texas Rangers baseball. A lot of cable and satellite options, including DirecTV, UVerse, Spectrum, and Astound and Fubo. We got the over-the-air package, begins tomorrow, streaming available on Victory Plus. We're thrilled to death. Rangers.com/tune-in to get more information on how you can view the games as we go to work here in the ninth.
Justin Slayton on the mound for the Red Sox to try to close this one out. 6-2 record last year, 55 1/3 innings pitched, 2.92 ERA.
There's a strike, and it's quickly 0-2 on Josh Young. There's a pinch hitter in the on-deck circle, Mike. I'll give you one guess as to who that is.
Yep. Jock wearing the green today, Peterson.
Yeah. Oh, swing and a miss at the fastball, and Young carved up quickly here in the ninth.
This is just a fastball, wanting it at the top of the zone, gets it to the top of the zone at 97 miles an hour.
So here it comes, Jock Peterson, left-handed hitter. And they definitely shade on the infield as dramatically as we've seen them shade anybody today. In fact, that's the first time I've really noticed a discernible shift or defensive shading as they play him to pull. One and one.
The outfield is playing straight up, and we saw in spring training this year Peterson hitting a couple home runs to left field.
Terrific hitter, 23 homers last year, and he takes low. He was basically a platoon DH last year for Arizona. Batted against right-handed pitchers and thrived. And he hits this one to center field. And he hangs up for Rafaela, 2 away. Slayton trying to make it uneventful in this ninth inning. As Kyle Higashioka steps in.
And Boston might be doing similar things that the Rangers are going to be doing at the late innings of games, where we were told Chapman will be the closer, but they like the matchup in the 8th inning for Chapman, and now Slayton's trying to close this one out. So they might not have I got to just say, he is pitching the 9th inning every time we have a save situation.
Yeah. Both teams kind of remaking their bullpens, and both with a lot of veteran players. And it might take some feeling around a little bit to figure out how exactly to deploy the arsenal of pitchers they have. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's way in on Higashioka. Rangers down to their final strike. Pardon me, final out. Slayton delivers, and it's 2-2. Rangers never trailed until the 9th inning.
Bochy said coming into this series, this was going to be a good test to start the year off. These Red Sox are picked by quite a few people to make the playoffs this year.
2-2 pitch, and this one lifted high in the air once again. Just got underneath it, and the Rangers fall short in the opener. In fact, they see a really good game just get away in the end. That's a frustrating 5-2 loss.
Yeah, well, there's the superstar of the game, Wilyer Abreu, who 2 home runs today. You look at the 6 hits for Boston. He had 50% of those with 3.
Second career multi-homer game for him, both of them against the Rangers. All right, 5-2 the final. Let's come back and wrap this thing up here in a moment.